Hi guys, this is Jackie from techjackie.com. Welcome to another video on SEO. First of all, if you're brand new to this channel, make sure you press the subscribe button down below so when I release a new SEO video like this, you get notified. In today's video, we'll take a look at the Cool Kid Club backlink strategies by taking a look at the Google's PageRank pattern and how to essentially use this type of backlinks into your overall backlink strategies to help you rank higher on Google, as well as future proof your website against any potential Google updates. So without further ado, let's dive right in. As you probably noticed from the past couple of years, ever since I think about 2019 or 2020, for every core update that has happened, most of the time the authority sites win, right? So what I mean by authority site here is you might have noticed sites with massive DA or DR, right? With mediocre content or even questionable type content like low quality content. They all win, right? In most cases, even though their content is not that high quality, but because of their high authority, they win in almost every core update. And that is because lately Google has been giving a lot of focus to authority factors, right? And when we talk about authority factors, there are many things that you could think of, but mainly it's backlinks, right? So in this video, we'll take a look at what I call as a Cool Kids Club backlink strategies. So what I mean by Cool Kids Club backlink strategies, now before I talk about what it means, let's take a look at this Google pattern called as producing a ranking for pages using distances in web link graph. So this pattern was released, I think, right around like 2016, when roughly when the Google original page rank pattern expired, right? So here's an article by Bill Slosky on SEObythesea.com. I'll leave the link in the description below. So essentially, Bill talked about this new updated page rank algorithms where he kind of discussed that there a set of seed sites, and then the page rank is actually being calculated using the distance from where the seed sites are connected to. So let me give you an example here, right? So give you an easy illustrations. So according to the pattern, Google says that there are a set of seed pages on the web. So these are web pages that are manually selected, or they, in the pattern they mention as being manually selected, but in reality, in my theory, I think that it is both manually selected, maybe initially manually selected, and then afterwards being selected by the algorithms, right? Like over time, these number of set seed sites or seed pages are being selected from time to time, right? They might not use the same set of seed site or pages. So let's say these are some of the seed pages, right? Now, what I mean, according to the pattern description, seed pages are selected from sites that are essentially covering the large number of topics, right? And are like are like have a lot of trust, right? Like cover a lot of topics at the same time, are massive trusted sites, right? That essentially you can say like a pure website. Basically, they're not really involving in any SEO or shady manipulation or anything like that. So you can think of these sites are things such as BBC, New York Times, right? Or in the patterns they mentioned like Google directories and New York Times, right? So these are the set of seed sites. So generally, a high authority type website, and these sites also cover multiple topics, right? And then you've got like a bunch of websites that are essentially linked to from these seed sites. So let's say this is one of the seed page selected, and then you've got these path, right? And then the shortest distance from the seed pages, like the let's say this is your page, right? If you are actually located at a shorter distance from one of the selected seed sites, you will be considered as highly trusted page or website, right? So this is like a very a 30,000 view of the pattern to kind of explain to you what it means, right? So if you go to this diagram, so this is essentially how it looks like. So these are the set of seed pages manually selected or can be also algorithmically selected, right? and then these are a bunch of pages that are either indirectly linked to from the seed pages or directly linked to, right? So this explains that like the closer any of the pages to the seed site or seed pages, the higher page rank that page is gonna get, right? So when we talk about page rank is essentially nothing but a link juice, right? So when you link from one page to another, you're essentially passing the page rank or the link juice, right, to the target page. All right, so this is how it kind of works. Now coming back to the cool kid club backlink strategies. Now just a small disclaimer that this originally from Google patent, so it was published by Google, but it doesn't mean that Google actually used this pattern in their algorithms. But nevertheless, since I have a lot of privilege working with multiple clients from multiple niches, based on my own observations as well as some of my testing in controlled environments, I can see that there's a high correlations between websites that are getting links closer to these set of seed pages or set of seed sites, right? So let me explain to you a little more. So based on this original pattern, on this Google pattern, it comes to our knowledge that um, the closer you are to the seed sites or seed pages, the more page rank or the more trust, the more authority you are in Google's eye, right? So just keep this in mind, just for like a small like takeaway from this pattern. And therefore, the Cool Kids Club, what I refer to is as these are essentially sites that are like seed sites or sites that are very closely related to seed sites, right? So this is what I call as Cool Kid Club. And why I call it a Cool Kids Club? So essentially, I like to divide links into three broad categories. The first category is what I call as low-level links. So low-level links are links that, let's say, anything anyone can easily build, right? Like free type links. So you can say like directories, and not saying like not every directories, but very like free type directories, right? That don't really kind of regulate their policy or anything. So essentially, anyone can spam and list their business there. Directories, right? Web 2.0s, comment links, and also something like forum type links, like cheap forum type links, right? So all these are what I like to categorize as being low level links, right? Then comes the mid tier or mid level links. So mid level links are type of links that we consider to be somehow of high quality, right? And what we usually use in day to day, like in most, I assume that most SEOs should also be using it, because these are the type of links that will actually make your site a little more trustworthy and actually getting more of high quality. So these are essentially things like guest posting from quality sites, right? And these are coming from medium authority website, right? So medium authority website, not guest posting on very high authority site, right? So normal guest posting, you can say. And then things like maybe PBN, right? So not high level PBNs, just generic type normal PBNs, right? All these so what I like to categorize as being mid level links. So normal day-to-day type links that you would normally use, right? And then the next or the last type of links is what I like to call as high level uh, or top tier links, or essentially cool type links, right? So so these are the links that are like at the highest level of quality that you can imagine, right? So essentially these are seed sites in general, right? Or sites that resemble seed sites, or you can say having massive authority. So you can think of things like BBC, New York Times, right? Or even top local directories, right? So things such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, right? All these. So these are sites with massive authority, massive a lot of backlinks, juice, a lot of DADR, lots of traffic, etc., etc. So these type of high level top tier links are essentially the type of links that is kind of either they are seed pages or belonging to seed pages or seed sites themselves, or they are closely related or very closely linked to by these seeds pages or seed sites, right? So okay, so now you understand, right? There are basically three level of links, right? And from this pattern, the takeaway here is you should try to get links that are closely situated to these seed pages, or if possible, if you can get the links directly from these seed sites, then definitely you can get a lot of juice out of that, right? And as I said, I have a lot of privilege working with multiple of clients from different niches, and even in I work on mostly an English website, but I also sometimes work on my local language as well, that is Thai language. So I see the landscape in both the SERPs, right? In English SERPs as well as in Thai SERPs, and it's completely different. Now, so what I see here is in most cases websites that generally thriving in every core updates, or website that really take like have a lot of success with, they usually have at least 5 to 15% of their overall links profile coming from the high level or top tier links, or essentially links that are coming from either the set of seed sites directly, or pages that are closely related or closely linked to by these seed sites, right? So let's say this is your page, and this is one of the seed page, and it is linked to, so you're like 2 hops from the seed page, right? So 1 2 and then your page here. So this, in this way, you're closely very related to this very you have a very short distance from the seed page, right? So this, you can call this as one of the top tier links, right? Because you're not too far away from the seed page. So essentially, when it comes to the strategies, what like you to maybe give it a try, or to see it if you can see it. But if you look at any backlinks profile, multiple websites that really are successful online, maybe in your niche, right, or in your local area, or etc etc, you see that some, at least about 5 to 15% of their overall links profile usually are coming from these massive trusted links, right? So if you're in a local, for example, you see that the top rankings are getting links from things like Yelp, Yellow Pages, and all their niche relevant type directories that are very high quality, high trusted types. If you're in, let's say, affiliate type, you might see websites that are getting links from, let's say, some of the top news website, or for instance, some of the top podcast websites. They're generally successful in general, and this is also what I've been noticing as well in many of my clients' websites, on my website. Whenever I start getting some links from these seed site, or sites that are closely related to seed sites, I always see a huge improvement in SEO. So let's say I start a new website, then I do a normal backlinking campaign, with some, let's say, web 2.0s, and maybe some PBN, some guest posts. Then I do see some gradual increase, right, in the rankings, etc etc. But when I start getting links from, let's say, a very high authority site, what I like to do is I like to use Haro. So you might have come across this. HARO, help a reporter out, is a free service. You can pitch your answer to a journalist, and if your answer is selected, you get featured in some of these high authority news website. So whenever I start using Haro for any of my project, I always see a huge improvement. So like I said, when I start, let's say, a new website, I see a gradual improvement as I keep on doing SEO. But whenever I start using any of these type of links, I always see like a huge jump, right? So let's say a steady improvement, and then a big jump afterwards, right? After like a couple of these Haro links, always, right? In like, I think I would say 90 plus percentage, I would always see great improvements. So, and also, if you take a look at any of the backlinks profile on the web, you'll see that the most successful website usually have some of these trusted seeds links, at least 5 to 15% in their overall backlinks profile, right? So you can think of, let's say, Wikipedia, for instance, or New York Times, BBC, or even like top news publishing site as well, right? All of this. Okay, so also, as I mentioned, right, I worked in English SERP as well as in Thai SERPs. So in Thai search results, what happened here is nowadays, in some SERPs, in some niches, it's being spammed with, hacked website with a lot of authority, hacked government website, right, with high authority and high, high domain ratings and all those stuff, right? So essentially these government websites, they have a lot of authority, but they're using, very like outdated platforms, so their website are generally easier to get hacked. So what happens is, in some niches, people hack these massive authority website, and they insert their keywords there to essentially, do a 301 redirect to their website. And in Thai website, the problem here is, Google doesn't have much of an understandings when it comes to Thai language compared to English. So in foreign language such as Thai language or maybe even Spanish, um, authority is still a huge factor there, right? Because Google ability to understand foreign languages are still not as good as English. So Google still depends a lot on authority factors there. And when you look at any of the foreign SERPs, such as Thai, for example, you see that even though you have very very crappy content, but if you have a lot of authority, if you are getting linked to by government Thai website, you'll see a huge improvement in the rankings, right? I'm saying like 30, 40 spots jump in overnight, right? So it's a different landscape here. But with English, although you although you still see authorities there winning, but still Google would also give some importance to content as well. So it's kind of like 60-40 there. But in foreign serves, such as Thai language, for example, it's like 90% authority, 10% content, or 80-20, something like that. And this is probably due to this seed pages or seed size pattern being at play as well, right? So just want to maybe give you some new perspective, something you might want to try, right? So regarding on where to get these type of links, right? These type of links, if you want to do it for free, you can use Haro. It's a free service, but it's time intensive. You have to pitch your answers a lot, and most of them are not going to get accepted. But if you get accepted by by some of these news authority sites, then you're getting some of those very valuable type links, right? Otherwise, if you produce a really good content, then you can maybe do some pitching to the journalist or something like that, then you might be able to get these type of links. You can maybe buy them, but I'm not sure if all of them can be bought. Even if they can be bought, maybe I guess Forbes can be bought to sometimes if you know someone inside. It's going to be very expensive, right? So it's either going to come to you naturally if you really want very good link, or you can use a service like Haro to try to get this, right? But you have to try to get some of these links, right? At least 5% of your overall backlinks profile, or your overall backlink strategies should contain this type of links, right? Otherwise, you may still get results, but over time, it might not be essentially long term, right? Like sometimes you might get hit hard by another updates, for example. So just a thought for you to, or a small strategies recommendation that you might want to try. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. That's all for it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.